Have you ever wondered how a single thought can change your entire life? It's a powerful idea, isn't it? That the tiny seeds of thought we plant in our minds can grow into actions that define our destiny. Today I want to share a story that perfectly illustrates this. It's a tale about an honest man, a tempting opportunity, and the life-altering consequences of one fleeting moment of greed. Our story begins with a man named Jake. If you looked up honest and hardworking in the dictionary, you might just find his picture there. Jake was known throughout his village for his integrity. He was the kind of person you could trust with anything. His life was simple, but he was content, earning his keep through sheer effort and unwavering principles. One scorching afternoon, as Jake was walking along a dusty road, he came across an old man struggling under the weight of 3 heavy bags. The old man looked frail, his face etched with the lines of a long and difficult journey. Seeing his struggle, Jake's kind heart immediately went out to him. "Sir, you look exhausted," Jake said, approaching him. "Please, let me help you carry those bags." The old man smiled, a look of immense relief washing over his face. "Thank you, young man. You are very kind. I'm heading to the next town, but my old bones are failing me." Jake, without a second thought, hoisted the first bag onto his shoulder. It was incredibly heavy, and the clinking sound from inside made him curious. "What's in this bag, if you don't mind me asking?" Jake inquired. The old man chuckled softly. "That one is full of copper coins." Jake was taken aback. A whole bag of copper coins. That was a significant amount of money. But he was an honest man, so he simply nodded and continued walking. The weight of the bag a constant reminder of the trust placed in him. After a while, they stopped for a rest, and the old man asked Jake to carry the second bag. This one was even heavier than the first. As Jake lifted it, a different, more refined metallic sound echoed from within. "And this one?" Jake asked, his curiosity growing. "That bag," the old man replied calmly, "is filled with silver coins." Now Jake's mind began to race. Silver coins. This was a fortune beyond his wildest dreams. He could stop working for years, live a life of comfort, and provide for his family in ways he'd only ever imagined. A tiny flicker of a thought entered his mind. What if he just ran? The old man was frail. He wouldn't be able to catch him. But Jake quickly pushed the thought away. He was an honest man. He had given his word. He took a deep breath, adjusted the 2 heavy bags on his shoulders, and they continued their journey. The weight was immense, not just physically, but mentally. Every step was a battle against the growing temptation in his mind. They walked for what felt like miles, the sun beating down on them relentlessly. Finally, they reached the edge of a dense forest. The old man stopped and turned to Jake. "My dear friend," he said, his voice laced with fatigue, "I am completely spent. I need to rest here for a while. Could you do me one last favor? Could you take this 3rd bag and go on ahead to the inn in the next town? I will follow you as soon as I've regained my strength." Jake looked at the 3rd bag. It was the smallest of the 3, but it seemed to radiate a certain importance. "Of course," Jake said, trying to keep his voice steady. "But what is in this last bag?" The old man looked directly into Jake's eyes, his gaze piercing. "That one," he whispered, "is full of gold coins." Gold coins. The words hung in the air, shimmering like a mirage. The value of that single bag was unimaginable. It was more money than anyone in his village would see in 10 lifetimes. The old man handed him the bag, and as Jake's fingers closed around it, his resolve began to crumble. He was now holding copper, silver, and gold, a king's ransom. The old man sat down beneath a tree, closed his eyes, and appeared to fall asleep almost instantly. Jake stood there, frozen. His heart was pounding in his chest like a war drum. He was alone. The road ahead was clear, and the forest beside him offered a perfect escape. The thoughts he had been fighting back now returned with a vengeance, screaming in his mind. "This is your one chance, Jake. Your only chance. Think of the life you could have. No more backbreaking work. No more worrying about your next meal. You deserve this. You've been honest your whole life, and what has it gotten you?" The voice of greed was seductive. Jake, an honest and hardworking man, is tested by an old man carrying 3 heavy bags. Initially, Jake perseveres in his honesty, carrying bags containing copper coins and silver coins despite suspicion. When alone with the gold coin bag, Jake couldn't control his greedy thoughts. and ran away with all 3 bags. The bags only contained stones, and a letter revealed the old man was a king looking for an honest heir. A moment of weakness due to greed caused Jake to lose the opportunity to become the heir to the throne. The main lesson is that thoughts lead to actions, and actions shape the future. Therefore, controlling and nurturing positive, honest thoughts is crucial, and this time, it was deafening. The battle within him was fierce, but short-lived. The image of the gold, the life of luxury, it was too much to resist. In that moment, the honest Jake, the man everyone trusted, disappeared. Looked back one last time at the sleeping old man, then turned and ran. He didn't just take the gold. He grabbed all 3 bags and sprinted into the forest, his heart a chaotic mix of fear, guilt, and exhilarating triumph. He ran and ran until he was deep within the woods, far from the road, his lungs burning and his body trembling. Finally, when he was sure no one could see him, he collapsed onto the ground, gasping for air. This was it, the moment of truth. He eagerly untied the first bag, the one supposedly filled with copper coins, his hands shaking with anticipation. He tipped it over, expecting to see a cascade of shimmering metal. But what fell out was not coins. It was stones. Just ordinary, worthless stones. Confusion and panic began to set in. He frantically tore open the second bag, the one with the silver coins. Again, nothing but stones tumbled out onto the forest floor. A cold dread washed over him. With trembling fingers, he opened the final, most precious bag, the one filled with gold coins. He poured its contents out, and his heart sank. More stones. All 3 bags were filled with nothing but heavy, useless rocks. As he stared in disbelief at the pile of stones, he noticed a small, folded piece of paper lying amongst them. He picked it up and unfolded it. The letter was written in elegant handwriting. It read, "My dear friend, I am not just an old man. I am the king of this land. I have no children, and I have spent years searching for an honest person to be my heir, someone to whom I could entrust my entire kingdom. I have tested many, and until today, none had passed even the first test of the copper coins. But you, Jake, were different. You carried the copper and you carried the silver. I was beginning to believe I had finally found my heir. All you had to do is carry the final bag to the inn, proving your honesty one last time. If you had, you would have found me waiting there, ready to reveal the truth and offer you the throne. But alas, your thoughts of greed got the better of you. Remember this, for the rest of your days, your character is not defined by what you do when people are watching, but by the thoughts you entertain when you believe you are alone." Jake sat there, paralyzed, the letter shaking in his hand. The weight of what he had lost crashed down on him, far heavier than any bag of stones. He hadn't just lost a fortune in gold, he had lost a kingdom. He had lost the chance to become a king, all because of a single, unchecked thought of greed. He had allowed that one seed of desire to sprout into an action that had irrevocably altered the course of his life. This story is a powerful reminder for all of us. Our thoughts are the architects of our reality. They are not just harmless whispers in our minds. They are the blueprints for our actions. Our actions, repeated over time, build the very foundation of our character and our future. A negative or greedy thought might seem small and insignificant at first, but if we feed it, if we allow it to take root, it can grow into a destructive force. Conversely, by consciously cultivating thoughts of honesty, kindness, and integrity, we empower ourselves to act in ways that build a life of purpose and honor. Jake's story teaches us that the greatest treasure we can ever possess is on gold or silver, but a mind that is master of its own thoughts. So, the next time you find yourself facing a temptation, big or small, remember Jake? Remember that every choice begins with a thought. Guard your mind, nurture the good within it, and you will be the true king or queen of your own destiny. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content that makes you think. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Till next time, take care.